I'm trying to get to where I'm going, and ain't nobody gonna stop me, or whatever going on, the talking and the captions or whatever the memes. It can't stop me because it's a vision that I have and it's goals that I have that I set out for myself that I.
Hi people, so this is me back in 2023, 2024. I had just had my son in 2022 and I was over 300 pounds. Now this is me today, not literally today, but this was me July the 21st, 2025. I am down a total of 120 plus pounds. So first of all, I want to talk about how I changed my mindset. This is what the whole video is about, is how I changed my mindset. These are just a few tips that hopefully you can use to help you change your mindset on your weight loss journey or on just a new journey. First things first, as y'all saw in the other clip, I had really long locks. I cut them off. I cut them off because I felt like I needed to restart. That's why I came up with the idea to reshape, rebrand, restart my whole life. My relationship at the time was in the dumps. I had just had a new baby. First time motherhood. I had went through postpartum depression and anxiety. I felt like no one understood, what was going on with me mentally. I literally felt like nobody cared. Like the only person that I felt like cared was my mother, but my partner at the time, not so much. I wanted to change my life around and I was not getting the support that I needed to get from my partner at home, right? Okay, so once I got fed up and I knew it was time to change, I did the hardest thing I could ever do. And that was be done with the relationship, okay? Even now it's kind of weird, but we're in a better place. So putting myself first was the first thing that I actually had to do to change my mindset, is to say, I deserve better. Not only do I deserve a better life for myself, but a better life for my son. And that included being my best, at my best, mentally, physically, and emotionally. I was a complete wreck. Y'all, if you have been a new mom, if you have recently had a baby, girl, keep your head up. Keep your head up. And if you're not happy, change it immediately. Do not prolong your unhappiness because that's how shit get worse. Excuse the cursing, but that's just how it gets worse. Love yourself first. Once you love yourself first, you have to make a plan on how you're gonna get shit done. Okay, I'm a cursor, y'all. So excuse. I won't use like too many curse words, but I am passionate about this because I am on the other side of it. Y'all, I was 300 and when I gave birth to my son, I was like 330 pounds, 327 pounds, something like that. Y'all, oh my God. After already losing 100 plus pounds doing keto, I had gained all that weight back with a baby. And then I had this depression over my head, just this dark, heavy cloud over my head, because if you're a new mama, you don't trust nobody. And then if you're a new mama, you used to a certain type of freedom. I didn't get any of that type of freedom because I did not have that type of support at home at the time. I didn't have it. I was in the house with a baby eating. That's it. He was eating and pooping and so was I. I was eating, pooping, watching TV, feeding my baby, eating, poop, talking to child. That new motherhood ain't no joke. Oh, salute. But let's get back to it. So how I changed my mindset was I wanted to make myself happier by losing the weight. I knew I had to do it because my son, he is a ball of energy all the time. And I'm sure other kids are too, but me being a first time mom, I knew that I was not going to be sitting around with my knees hurting. I couldn't get down on the floor. So first things first, I started paying attention to what I was eating. Okay. That was the first thing. I didn't change anything right off. I paid attention to what I ate and how much I ate. Then I started getting online, trying to figure out ways to lose the weight without doing keto. Because for me, keto is not sustainable. I'm going to say that again. To me, keto is not sustainable, period. So I took the route to try to find a more holistic and healthier way to lose the weight without counting carbs and without having to worry about kind of working out in the beginning. I started off with a bunch of stretching, just loosening up my bones, because at the time my knees, them knees were no joke. Okay, I'm currently drinking my warm lemon water with a pinch of sea salt. I drink this almost every morning on an empty stomach right before I drink my black coffee to do my workouts. So I'm on a break right now. So this is what I'm doing, recording this voiceover. Okay, my next step after I started noticing my eating habits, I tweaked them a little bit. I didn't completely cut anything off. I think that was the point where I was realizing how much I ate and how much money I actually spent on food, and I could be spending this money on a vacation, literally. Or, tires for my car, stuff like that, new clothes that I wanted to fit in. So once I made those little changes, I just started stacking changes on top of each other. And that is how I initially lost my first 56 pounds. So I went from around 327 to 300, right? It took me about 4 months to lose those 27 pounds. So once I lost those 27 pounds, it was like a fucking snowball. It just kept rolling off. And I was so proud of myself. Finally, I had got to the point where I had lost my first 56 pounds by myself, without the help of anything but willpower, working out on my breaks at work. Y'all see me doing them all the time. If you don't check out my shorts, I'm always, doing workouts on my downtime. So after that, I went to my primary care physician, and he was telling me how good I was doing, because at the time I was like 271 pounds. This was back in October of 2024. He told me he was so proud of me, and he saw the weight loss, and he asked me what I was doing. And I told him, well, I started intermittent fasting. I forgot, that's a big one. Intermittent fasting, y'all. If you can start intermittent fasting, I don't care if it's the lowest, what is it? 12-8, something like that. I currently, right now, I am on 20 and 4. So I started intermittent fasting. I was telling my doctor I started intermittent fasting, watching what I ate. And at the time I was walking outside and doing workouts at my job, right? So once he heard the lifestyle change, he was like, oh, you're doing so good. I'm so happy for you. I then went in and asked him about GLP-1 medication, because you still have those food cravings. I was still having those food cravings. And I had did a little bit of research on it, and he gave me the boost up. He said, well, you know what? A, B, C, D. And I think you would be a great candidate for a GLP-1. All I needed to do was figure out which GLP-1 my insurance covered. He would write my prescription, send it off to the pharmacy. I would pick it up, and I started my first GLP-1, November the 11th, 2024. So I started at 2.5 milligrams. And as of today, I only went up that one time to 5 milligrams of Zepbound. When I tell you, the food noise completely shut off. Now I had some hiccups in the road here and there, but Zepbound has helped me lose a total of 70 pounds so far. And yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm looking good. My mindset, everything, y'all, everything changed for me once I got on GLP-1. That is a tool, not a crutch. I'm going to say it again. That is a tool, not a crutch. You cannot just lean on GLP-1 medications. You have to work with GLP-1 medications in order to get the weight off. Okay, people? So I hope some of those tips helped. I did a little bit of rambling, but as you can see, yeah, I don't play. I work out for real, for real. I hope you guys have a wonderful, great day. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and girl, lose that weight. Bye.
You'll never regret romanticizing your life. Take the smallest moments and make them into something beautiful.